LEGO Lord of the Rings is continuing in 2026, and the first set being released is no other than set number 11373, Sauron's Helmet. It is the first ever helmet set under the Lord of the Rings subtheme, includes 538 pieces for $70, and surprisingly even comes with a minifigure, which makes it the first ever helmet set to do that as far as I'm aware. As usual with 18 plus boxes, the design is once again fairly simple, with the helmet being the main focus in front of a dark background. On the backside we see a slightly different angle of the build, as well as a couple of pictures from the Fellowship of the Ring and the height of the finished model. On the top of the box we can also find a 101 of the very controversial minifigure being included in here, but more about that later. When opening the set you get a total of 6 numbered bags, an instruction manual and luckily no sticker sheet. Granted, there's also only one printed piece in the set, but it's still nice nonetheless. You only get a 2-page introduction into the instruction manual, which is a little short, but as usual you get some info about the Sauron helmet himself, the design process of the LEGO model, as well as an amazing picture of Sauron from the Fellowship of the Ring. Interestingly enough, LEGO explains that they based the model on a prop helmet from the Fellowship of the Ring film, which you can definitely tell in the finished model. But speaking about the finished model, I first and foremost have to say that it is an absolutely gorgeous looking set, and LEGO really nailed the shaping, angles and overall look of Sauron's helmet. They've used a lot of awesome building techniques to create all the unique curves and angles that the movie Sauron has, and it's a very fun process putting the helmet together. Overall I do think the dark grey was the right choice for this model, but it also looks a bit boring. Boring is not really the right way to put it, and I'm not sure if it would have been a better idea to use some pearl grey or metallic pieces to break up the monotonous of the set, as Sauron's helmet really only consists of one color, but to be fair, LEGO would have never used all pearl grey pieces, which obviously would have been the best choice, so I guess I'm fine with dark grey. The helmet itself looks amazing all around, and from pretty much every angle, no matter where you look at it, even the back looks great. The building process is very satisfying as you see the set coming together. You fold over 3 panels on each side, in the front and the back, and to keep them locked into place you add 2 panels on the side, secure them with a plate on top, then add the tall spikes to finish it off. Simple but effective and very good looking. But with all the praise that this helmet 100% deserves, I also have some minor nitpicks, and it is mainly the fact that the helmet is pretty hollow, and because of that you can see some colors shining through, and you can also see through the helmet from some angles, which doesn't look that good. Yeah, this only occurs from specific angles, and when you look at the set right from the front, it looks absolutely fine, but if LEGO would have used a couple more pieces to fill out the helmet more, this problem just simply wouldn't exist, and with a price tag of $70 for only 538 pieces, I think this would have very well been possible to include a couple more pieces to improve the overall look. Yeah, there is a very specific and hard to produce minifigure included with the helmet, but it's a reused one, so this shouldn't drive up the price all too much, I think. Speaking of the minifig though, you get the one and only Sauron in the set, which is really surprising. Before this helmet set released, Sauron was exclusive to the very expensive $460 Barad-dûr set, and now they re-released the exact same minifigure from the set, making him much more available and cheaper, which in my opinion is a great idea. But now taking a closer look at Sauron himself, he looks absolutely phenomenal. He has some amazingly detailed printing on torso, hips, legs and feet, comes with a chromed out ring, has this fantastic shoulder and helmet armor piece which is made out of a rubbery material, and he even comes with a cape as well as the fiery face underneath. He looks absolutely beautiful and really makes the set a must-have for any LEGO Lord of the Rings fan who doesn't already own Sauron from Barad-dûr. Having Sauron next to the printed plaque under the helmet looks so good and is a welcome change to helmet sets. For a size comparison, I've put Cody's and the AT-80 driver's helmet right next to Sauron's, and he obviously dwarfs them. But this is obviously due to the massive spikes that Sauron's helmet has on top of it. Besides that, they have pretty much the same stance, just without a minifig spot, and are a little more massive overall. To get an idea of the height, you can also just look at the box in the store, as the helmet is almost as tall as the box, which is pretty crazy. Overall, I think that Sauron's helmet is a great start into a Lord of the Rings helmet line, which I would love to see continue with some other models from the movies. The Witch King's helmet or Theoden's would go absolutely hard, and I'd love to see more on this line, which I do think is pretty realistic if the set sells well. The inclusion of Sauron's minifigure is amazing, no stickers, and they're for the most part very well designed and good looking model. It is a little overpriced though. I think $60 would have been more than enough for only 538 pieces in a minifigure. 70 is just too much. Besides that, it looks absolutely amazing by itself or next to Barad-dûr, and I think pretty much every fan of this line is gonna enjoy building and displaying this set. But now, please let me know what you think about Sauron's helmet and what helmets you would like to see from the Lord of the Rings in the comments down below. Now I really hope you enjoyed watching this review. If you did, I would very much appreciate like to support the channel. If you're new, please consider subscribing, and if you want to check out some of my other videos, you can see me on screen right now.